everybody, my name is Foxy and this is Foxy Books and Planning. Welcome back to my channel. Today I was going to walk you all through what is in my craft bucket, which is what I am looking into right now. To hopefully give you all some ideas, maybe inspire you to look through your own crafting buckets to see what projects you have or things that you can have to kind of help keep your mind occupied during this time. And with that, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to move this off, or at least out of the frame, so you'll just see my filming table, and we'll get into it with the stuff that's on top. Okay. Alright, so my first thing isn't actually in the bucket because I've actively been working on it. This is a cross-stitch pattern that I've been working on that is a Bless This Hobbit Hole. So I have the hoop with the, I forget what this is called, the fabric that you do use for cross-stitch, and then my pattern and my DMC thing. This is a lot like diamond painting. It's actually, I would call this like the grandparent or parent of diamond painting. Is it's cross-stitch, so each block is a little cross of yarn used to represent a bigger pixelated picture. Very similar to diamond painting, but just with needle and thread. And to go along with that, I have my box of embroidery floss. So these are all the flosses I bought specifically for my project. And then this is my collection of floss sorted by colors. And I still have to put the rest of these on bobbins and throw them in here as well. And then just a pin cushion that my grandmother gave me. The next things in the bucket are my embroidery cross-stitching fabrics. So I have more of that normal fabric that I'm using to do my Hobbit picture. And then I have some Irish linen needlework fabric to use as well. I have a book on crewel embroidery that I've been debating on if I want to try my hand at, and if this goes on for a whole lot longer and I make substantial progress on my Hobbit hole, I will start trying my hand at regular embroidery and crewel embroidery using the linen. Alright, next let's stick with cross stitch. I have these two projects, which were sent to me by my grandmother for Valentine's Day. I have an apron and tea towels that are embroidered, or to be embroidered. They have a little pattern printed on them. You cross stitch it, you wash it, and it's good to go, with easy to follow charts and instructions. I haven't opened these yet because I've been trying to work on my Hobbit hole before starting any other cross stitching embroidery type projects. Also in the cross stitch vein, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I thought I had 6 of these. Or 2 in there. There might be 2 in there. Well, so I have 6 of these. My grandmother gave these to me as well, but these came out of her stash. These are little ornaments that are a combination of glass beads and thread. And I have a bunch of them. So I have a wreath with a Santa Claus in the middle. I have a Santa Claus. I have a violin. I have an angel. I have a Tannenbaum Christmas ornament, and then I also have a, what's it called? 4-leaf clover as well. And these kits come with everything you need to complete them in it. So they come with the beads, the thread, the needles, and the paperboard that they use to make it. And you can still find these on the internet. And they come out every year, and there's a whole bunch of different designs that you can try as well. Alright, so next thing on top in my bucket, I guess is one of my bigger projects that I have yet to do. So this was a project that I thought about when I first moved out. I'm going to pull all the pieces out and kind of explain then. So what I have is 2 cigar boxes, some fabric. So I have a satin and a damask. Some quilt batting and some polyurethane spray. And what I had wanted to do with these, and what I'm still planning to attempt to do with these, is turn these 2 guys into jewelry boxes by basically figuring out how to make a padding interior and like little compartments to make it a functioning jewelry box. And the clear polyurethane is to seal both of the boxes themselves so that they have sort of a high gloss finish and that they are protected against moisture and other elements. This, as I said, I haven't done anything on other than gather the components. It's been one of my projects for years that I hope I will finally get around to during all of this, but I will have to borrow my or I will have to go out to my garage to do the ceiling itself. And I still have to figure out how I want to do the upholstering of the insides. Okay. So the next things I'm going to pull out, I have extras of my Hobbit hole pattern. I also have a big DMC thread color reference book. So this has all the normal things. It talks about all the different kinds of variations of floss that are available. And then it has that are available from DMC, and then a complete color library based on the different kinds, so that you can see all of the available thread colors. And this is also really helpful because I do diamond painting and DMC is used in diamond painting, so this helps kind of show every color as well. And you also get to see some of the ones that you might not buy all that often, like the satin floss or the memory threads or the metals or the weird colors that you don't use a whole lot. So there's that. Alright, next in the box are my regular sewing supplies. So these are needles, pin cushions, and pins, and some basic threads. These I all got from my grandmother as well. I don't use them all that much. I do have a box of mending supplies for clothes where it has all the buttons and things, as well as all of my needles that I have. This is just a little specialty section of needles, but I do keep all of my like tailoring, fixing stuff in one place, so they are easy to get to. Alright, next we have my tailor scissors, my tailor shears, which I love, and I keep them hidden away so that I don't use them every day because they are super sharp and super awesome, and I want to keep them that way for when I do fabric projects, so I don't ruin them on boxes and stuff. And then I have these guys, which I really love these. They're not very useful, but I love them, which is my collection of fancy cut scissors. So these are like edging scissors that are meant for the like scrapbookers or just like people who like paper use to make funny edges or patterns on the edges of paper. So I have a full 12-piece set that I got from Michael's of those. I used to use these when I was at work, and I have no idea how I'm going to use them now, but I enjoy them, and there are a lot of them. Alright, next. Close to the bottom of the box, I don't have a whole lot of crafty supplies, thank goodness, is I have my coloring markers and my colored pencils. and the pencil sharpener that goes to the colored pencils, because I have a couple of coloring books and things that I keep separate from my crafting supplies so I can use them. Those are real quick. So these ones are panoramic foldouts. So I have Coloring Dragons, Coloring A Stroll in London, a Celtic Designs coloring book, a Calm Color Create coloring book, which I don't think I've ever, no, I did use it a little. And then my Game of Thrones coloring book, which I've done a little bit on, but mostly with my markers. So I'm going to put these back on the shelf in the correct order. Alright, so from there, getting towards the bottom, we have a fabric measuring tape, a very tiny paper guillotine. Does anybody remember these? I love these things, and apparently they are a safety hazard, so like offices and places can't have them anymore because people might, I don't know, chop their fingers off on the giant blade. And they don't even sell these anymore. It makes me so sad. I loved these as a kid. It's like if you ever really disliked a class project, just over and over again and it would make you feel better. But now they have those like wheel things that aren't, I don't like the wheel things as much. I much prefer this. Alright. Pushing things around. So at the very bottom I have some thread. Different colored threads for like clothing and mending and things. Some instant tack, which is, it's like blue tack. I haven't used it for diamond painting, though I should give it a try to see how it was. This is just craft putty. I used it to help hang one of the things that I was working, or one of my pictures up in my house because my walls are textured for some reason. And so this helped kind of adhere the thing that I was trying to post to the wall and fill in the gaps and stick. Really like this stuff. It's very, very similar to blue tack, but probably not as sticky. I remember blue tack being a lot stickier than this. Okay. Sorry about that. And all the way at the bottom, I have my beading and jewelry supplies. So I have a little beading dish or watercolor paint palette or paint palette that I use as a beading dish. I have beads and some jewelry hooks and things. More beads. A random diamond painting book that I'm going to go put back with its friend. Then there's like silver beads, gold hoops, and then the rest of it's kind of jewelry stuff, so like beading needles, jewelry hooks, a whole bunch of different hooks, safety pins, some beading thread, and then at the very bottom is industrial strength adhesive that was in here. I bought it for something and didn't use it for what I bought it for, so it goes in the bottom of my craft bucket. So I hope this gives you all some inspiration to go through your craft buckets to see what projects you have laying around that you could potentially work on to help pass time. Something for you to do, something for your kids to do. But with that, this has been, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!